All right, we are officially live. Um, it says we have no viewers yet. I will get iOS to check. Um,
It says the broadcast is not available.
I think we had this last time, so yeah, I think from my side we are all good.
Okay.
Let me just double check from my accounts. And
Yeah.
yeah, we are all good. So yeah, welcome everyone. We're just going to wait a few minutes so people can start to join. It's our second town hall, and we have four people from the team here. Hope everyone is having a great week. What day is it? It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day, right? It's the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. While we're waiting, if everyone can just drop the flag emoji of the country they're from in the chat, would be cool to see where everyone is tuning in from today.
And a GM in the chat if you've ever used deBridge.
And a
There
GM in
should
the
be
chat.
many GMs.
Yes, we want to see more GMs.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're okay. So far, we've got one guy from Greece. I'm pretty sure that's the Greek flag, right, guys?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, welcome. I'm guessing it's pretty hot in Greece right now, as it is in Southern Europe. Um, yeah, so it's our second town hall. We're still kind of getting a little bit, hang of the ropes here, but I think it should be a pretty exciting lineup today. Let's just wait maybe one more minute for people to start to tune in.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of kick it into gear. Come on, guys! I know that there's got to be more people than just someone from Greece. I can't believe that everyone on the call is tuning in from Greece today. Represent your where you're calling in from. All right, let's kick it off. So just to kind of go through a rough agenda today. As usual, we always start off with protocol wins. So going through, kind of how things are moving on the actual metrics of the deBridge protocol. Ecosystem wins and integration. So this covers everything from recent kind of partnerships to new usage cases for deBridge in other products. Good morning, Marino. Good to see you here, my friends. GM. And then, we have the Alpha Zone where we kind of, explain what's on the horizon for deBridge. And hopefully drop a little bit of Hopium and Alpha for you guys. And then today we have a special guest from Say. So that'll be really exciting to hear everything going on over at Say as we just integrated with Say, which we will cover as well. And then if everyone wants to stick around until the end, we're going to give away a deBridge hoodie. So make sure you stick around. And with that being said, I will hand it over to Alex to talk a little bit about our mission.
Yeah, maybe we should give a brief introductions as well, guys.
Good idea.
Just for those who joined us recently and have not been following deBridge journey since beginning. Yeah, Sherry, you go first. Ladies first. You're on mute.
Sorry, oops. Hi, I'm Sherry. I look after growth at deBridge. So I have started doing content for deBridge as well. Check out my latest video. This is such a shameless plug, but yes, I did spend all my weekend shooting that video. It was fun. I'm going to be doing that one video every week where I talk about what deBridge is up to, what we are cooking every week. And yes, if you want to speak about BD marketing, you have feedback, reach out to me. My DMs are open.
Sharon, you did an amazing job there because many people are reaching out saying that we should launch the TV show and make you a host.
I'm so happy.
deBridge TV. So yeah, I think we're gonna cook there. So,
Yeah,
well,
I'm
yeah,
excited.
Johnny.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Johnny. You might have seen me on the last town hall or on Twitter. So yeah, I'm leading marketing at deBridge, but yeah, cooking together with Sherry and Gal and Alex and everyone else on the team. Yeah, that's the goal. So maybe Alex, you're the man who kind of needs no intro, but maybe you still need an intro.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm Alex. I'm co-founder at deBridge, basically taking care of the product design, all the technical aspects as well, and general vision of how the product and cross-chain infrastructure should evolve. Like, I'm wearing many hats, but yeah, I guess technical design is my main kind of strength. Gal.
Yes. And yeah, I'm Gal, leading the BD and ecosystem initiatives. Yeah, like all of us, we're wearing many hats, but yeah, mainly focus on having great partners and ecosystems on board.
Yes, and now let's talk a bit about our mission, right? Because in deBridge we've been building since 2021, and our mission is still the same. We want to make on-chain value flow as effortlessly and universally as possible, right? Because like internet makes magic happen by connecting people in real time and by providing the global accessibility for the information. And we believe that DeFi should have the same level of accessibility. Like any liquidity and any on-chain information should be instantly accessible. Because previously, like if you wanted to bridge some assets from one chain to another, it could take you like up to 15 minutes, right? And deBridge has been one of the pioneers of the intents that allowed us to enable instant transfers of liquidity and assets between chains. So this is our goal, right? To let everyone to trade anything, like any liquid asset, in a matter of time. And that, like the DeFi in general, is moving on chain, right? And we are now seeing the involvement of RWAs and like more and more assets become global assets. Now you don't need to sign up this broker, right, in order to acquire some asset. You can just do it in a matter of seconds. And in deBridge, our mission is to provide this like global internet of liquidity where any asset is accessible in a matter of seconds. So yeah, this is our vision, and the goal is to provide this like safe infrastructure, not only for users but also for app builders who can leverage deBridge API and our set of tools in order to enable better user experience in their apps.
So yeah, I think the context is kind of important to see as we grow, why we're growing and where we're heading. So with that in mind, I think Gal can update everyone on the state of the bridge.
Yes, the state of the bridge, this is a big topic. And yeah, this last month since the last ecosystem town hall has been awesome in terms of growth and traction and just growing the pie for the whole deBridge ecosystem. So just in terms of numbers, just from the get-go, volume has been consistently growing, in the hundreds of millions already. Just over 600 million has been added to our total volume number, which is like already 12.5 billion, which is crazy. And it's crazy to see how like the growth has been almost exponential in a way, where the first year we hit our first billion, and then the second year it went to 10 billion. So in terms of traction and the feedback that we've been getting has been really good. And then, yeah, that being said, DAO earnings have also been consistently going up. Already, close to 1 million added to the DAO treasury. And also, yeah, welcome to over 50,000 new users, which has been great. Welcome to the deBridge fam. Hope you stick around and enjoy the ride. And more in terms of specific, a breakdown of specific ecosystems. We've been seeing some pretty solid growth in terms of Solana, Arbitrum through integrations like Hyperliquid. And also Base. Base has also been a big one. And I think the next slide also has some more of a breakdown. You guys can also check it out on the analytics page, where we go.
Sorry, just one bit of context that we should have added here is that the numbers that Gal was just mentioning, that's the increase just since the last town hall, actually. So 30 days ago or so.
And also, the growth. Everyone loves charts that go up and to the right, and that's definitely what's happening here. So yes, as the purple one is Solana. As you can see, it's a very strong one for us. Solana fam loves us, and also Base, Hyperliquid, Arbitrum have also been doing a great job. So looking forward to what the next month has in store.
Yeah, Solana is really an amazing kind of springboard into DeFi, or at least that's the consensus we have. And if you look at this chart, it's always telling the same story. A lot of people being onboarded to DeFi through Solana.
Shout out to all the manlets.
100%, yeah.
And Arbitrum takes also a big part of this cumulative chart, because people are bridging to Hyperliquid. And deBridge also became one of the default gateways for Hyperliquid's liquidity. And big shout out to all the users, and app builders who leverage our infrastructure in order to tap into Hyperliquid's liquidity. And Hyperliquid fund is growing insanely fast. And it's great to be part of it and build together with all the builders around as well.
Yeah, and actually there's like such a rapidly developing link between Solana and Hyperliquid now, like as we saw just yesterday, right, with the Phantom announcement that they're supporting Hyperliquid perps. So I'm excited to see how that link kind of strengthens between Solana and Hyperliquid.
And Phantoms, big congrats to Phantom as well, who just announced yesterday that they're already integrated with Hyperliquid, because that kind of case study shows very interesting dynamics, right? Where like any borders between ecosystems get abstracted away by good applications, right? Like Phantom, and the infrastructure that allow users to not even think about like the underlying chain or underlying technical stack. Users can just like interact seamlessly. And that's part of our mission, right? To abstract away all the technical complexities so that users can just like enjoy seamless and instant user experience.
So moving on to things being shipped, I'll pass it to Sherry to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's been going on the kind of community side of things, and also a couple of recent updates to the product that we've just shipped.
Yes. So we co-hosted an event with the Hyperliquid community in the UAE this week. This was the first Hyperliquid event in the UAE, and we got to speak about how we are enabling liquidity into the Hyperliquid ecosystem. Fun fact, we've actually bridged an insane volume of $150 million into the Hyperliquid ecosystem since we have enabled like Hyper EVM and Arbitrum, which is a pretty big number. Hype is also our top performing token on deBridge since the past 16 weeks. And we are super bullish on the Hyperliquid ecosystem. We did an event with them in Kuala Lumpur last month as well. It was pretty cool to meet like all the Hyperliquid ecosystem people last Monday. On the product side, we have two major updates for all the power users. Number one is the priority fees. Now you can set like a priority fees for all your Solana transactions. That means if you really want your transaction to go through quickly, you don't want to wait, now you can skip the line. Number two is the time filters, where you can actually organize all your orders and messages according to a specific time range. So if you've made like a transaction last year or last week, and if you're finding it really hard to find it, now it will be super easy to find it on deBridge. On the Alpha Zone, Johnny, do you want to take that up? Alex.
Yeah, I will
I
take
think
that up.
Alex can take that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
To give some alpha, yeah. Well, I'll try to hold, to not give away too much the alpha and technical kind of nuances. But yeah, first of all, like we are about to ship one really big integration, right? One big new chain, and probably you guys already have some guesses. But yeah, I'll give you a minute to send the guess to our chat, right? And maybe the first person who gets will get some prize, right, or some merch from us. But yeah, that integration is exciting, and we've been cooking that for a while, and yeah, it's about to go live soon, right, in coming weeks. And on top of that, we briefly mentioned on our last town hall that we are working on a very special project, and that project is actually the extension of our liquidity network, DLN. Because the way we design in deBridge, we designed it like in some sort of layers. Because originally, when we launched mainnet back in February 2022, we had deBridge messaging, right? And that messaging allowed to transfer any authenticated data between smart contracts on different chains. And we also had like the first version of the value transfer protocol that allowed to move liquidity. And in that version, we use liquidity pools, right? And leverage like Curve protocol for that. And at the next layer, we built an extension to messaging, or we built the protocol on top of messaging that we named DLN, deBridge Liquidity Network. And that protocol enabled the zero TVL intent, without using any liquidity pools. We can just instantly settle any trades cross-chain directly from the solver's balance sheet. And that, I think that was like very big breakthrough and innovation in DeFi and the cross-chain space. And I think deBridge is still the only infrastructure that is following this like zero TVL design, where we are not solving for asset custody and trading simultaneously, but we differentiate strictly like all the verticals of the cross-chain interoperability, like the messaging, the asset custody, and trading. And that allows us to solve for trading, which is our like biggest focus through zero TVL design without using any intermediary liquidity or wrapped assets or liquidity pools. But now we build on top of DLN, and we built really amazing extension of capabilities of the existing deBridge liquidity network. That's going to be truly special, because as we mentioned, that our mission is to enable trading of anything instantly, right? And what is really important for users and DeFi builders is to provide amazing UX, right? So that users don't need to switch wallets, switch networks, even think about like where the asset exists, at what chain. But users want to make like very simple operation, right? Trade asset A for asset B, plus leverage all the sophisticated trading instruments that they have on the centralized exchanges, such as like trailing orders, conditional orders, stop losses, like TWAPs. And I'm excited to say that all these tools are going to be available on deBridge. And deBridge will be way more than just cross-chain trading terminal. You'll be able to trade anything instantly. And we are also already aggregating like all the existing on-chain, because we don't just like query different routers, right? Like Jupiter, OKX, like OneInch, but we also do like a fair simulation where we instantly query asynchronously like all those routers, and also this fair simulation to pick the route with the best outcome. And that will allow users to trade not only like in a gasless way with a great user experience, but also always get the guaranteed best rate that exists now on the market at the given time moment. And this is really exciting because like on top of this, like DLN is going to be like fully gasless. We internally call this like intent like 2.0. But this is like truly special because it's not just gases, right? It's also like the whole set of new trading tools will be available. And the goal is not just like to replicate the experience that users get on centralized exchanges, but the goal is like to make it better. And yeah, I think that like the end of this year will be truly exciting when all these developments will eventually go live.
It's a lot of alpha. Yeah,
Not
in
too much,
terms of
a fair bit.
yeah, but in terms of integrations, and yes, since we hinted a bit earlier, Say has been a big one, and we're really excited that we're part of the ecosystem and been very welcoming for us. People are very supportive, and we love to see that. So we've been getting also from different projects like Takara, Yaka. They've supported us since around when we went live on those ecosystems. And yeah, really appreciate that you've added a bridge feature with deBridge. Also to mention Liminal. So we've been big shout out to them because we've been getting a lot of strengthening our presence in the Hyperliquid ecosystem too. And yeah, so far we're really bullish on these ecosystems and really excited to be part of the journey.
And to circle back on the big new chain, I think Wander was the first one who saw that it's going to be Tron, and that was the right answer. And yeah, Wander is like big follower, he's
Yes,
following
he's such
all the
a
alpha.
yeah.
Such a goat of deBridge.
Shout out to Wonder.
Shout out to Wonder.
So with that, so speaking of Say, I believe it might be the right time to bring Vesco up here, right?
Yes. So we have a very special guest from the Say Foundation joining us today. His name is Vasco. Vasco, I'll let you introduce yourself and give us a rundown of what you do at Say Foundation.
Thank you very much, Sherry, and yeah, thank you for having me. Hi, I'm Vasco. I lead DeFi BD here at Say Foundation. I've been at Say for quite some time, 3 years now. I think my Say anniversary was 2 months ago, actually. And I've been doing all things BD, mostly work with native ecosystem projects on integrations like these. And very excited to discuss how deBridge will unlock a ton of new stuff for some of the apps that we have cooking in the ecosystem.
Super excited to have you here with us. So I have a bunch of questions for you, and then we'll do like a fun segment called Underrated and Overrated. Shout out to Cash Danda for introducing this segment during the ecosystem call. This is such a okay. Let's get into this. So number one, I feel like we have received like an insane community response since the Say integration went live. I see so many tweets about Say integration on my timeline. It's such a beautiful, positive response. How do you feel about Say integration going live? How do you feel like the community response has been? What's the feedback like for you?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think the deBridge integration is a huge unlock for Say projects distribution, especially on the DeFi side. And it's going to open access to a whole new set of users for them. And for that reason, a lot of our ecosystem projects were literally rushing to get this integration. And we had a lot of demand for deBridge. We're talking to Gal for a long time to get this through the door. So yeah, as you mentioned earlier, there's a bunch of DeFi projects that integrated right away as soon as deBridge went live. Notable mentions are Takara, Yaka. I know Citrix, which is a perps platform on Say, is also working on an integration right now. I think the big unlock really is that through deBridge, for the first time, users are going to be able to hop in and out of Say with size in less than a minute, sometimes in less than 20 seconds too. Maybe to give some context here, before the deBridge integration, the fastest way to get in with an asset like USDC in size on Say was through CCTP, and it took around 20 minutes for users to bring those assets in. So this obviously like unlocks a whole new design space for a lot of the apps that we have in the ecosystem.
That's super cool. The second question for you would be, what are some really cool things building on Say right now for users who don't know anything about the Say ecosystem? What are some really cool projects or projects to look out for, your favorite projects on Say right now?
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously, I am all in DeFi, totally locked in. But we've actually hit some very important milestones recently on the gaming vertical. Say became the number 2 EVM chain for weekly and monthly active users, and the number 1 gaming chain in the world. We have some very, very interesting and exciting games to play. And I think probably the best source of truth for like the gaming ecosystem on Say is deBridge. They've done a killer job at integrating every single game that went live. And I would probably push your users to go and try out like World of Dipians. I'm personally a fan. Idle Glory is also a good one. Puretopia. We have a bunch. And obviously, like on the DeFi side of things, we have also hit all-time high in basically every conceivable metrics, from TVL to volume. Also like active users, number of apps specifically, a lot of new Say native apps building cool stuff, leveraging our infrastructure. I think most notably, we had our first fully on-chain central limit order book launch on Say a couple of weeks back. I think it just reached 100 million in total trading volume. Probably today, I was checking the chart on DeFi Llama basically every couple of hours. I think that's a good one to try out, and also the ones that you guys mentioned with the deBridge integration right now. Takara is the fastest growing app on Say, DeFi app on Say, just reached 100 million deposits. We'll definitely try that out. Yaka, Citrex, a lot of stuff happening on Say DeFi, and best way to keep up with that is probably DeFi Llama. Shout out to their analytics team; they're doing a killer job.
Huge congrats on all this.
Yeah, that's huge. Those numbers are insane. We'll definitely check out some of the projects that you mentioned. If somebody wants to bridge to Say today from like different ecosystems, like maybe Solana, Base, Arbitrum, why they should bridge to Say? Can you give us like a short elevator pitch for all the users listening?
Yeah, for sure. I'm so used to pitch developers that maybe I'm a little bit rusty on the user side of things, but I think it kind of applies to them too. Obviously, like UX is our bread and butter at Say. We are right now the fastest EVM chain to finality. We have 400 millisecond blocks, 1 slot finality, 99% plus transaction success. So that basically means from a user perspective that you can have Web2-like experience for both obviously like consumer apps that want to leverage crypto, but also, for example, like EVM apps that you know and love, you can go and try them out on Say with much deeper liquidity and obviously like a great UX. So I think that's probably like the main pitch for users. Obviously, like as we all know, finality also has a very big impact in DeFi when it comes to liquidity and just capital efficiency on the chain. So overall, it's not only a good UX from the click of a button and the execution of the transaction, but also in general, if you want to trade any asset on Say, it's going to be faster and cheaper. So yeah, I think that's probably the elevator pitch. And obviously, I could talk for hours about the different apps that you could come and try out. But as I mentioned, deBridge, DeFi Llama, Twitter, best places to keep up with that.
Yeah, for DApp builders, I think these are like the most important properties, right? Because they also want to provide like good UX, and they need to have very fast transaction confirmation, like good finality time, and make sure that transactions or trades cannot be front run or sandwiched. And you guys are doing an amazing job providing high performance infrastructure in event space. Well done.
And I would actually, sorry.
Oh no, you go.
I would actually add that a fast chain really needed a faster bridge, and I think this is a great integration for that. This was literally my tweet when I reposted the announcement from deBridge. Fast chain, fast bridge. We love it, and it's going to unlock a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, definitely great synergy. So let's go. Just getting started on this, and excited to see what people will build on top of our infras.
Okay, now we have this segment called underrated and overrated. I'm going to just ask you 3 things, and you can choose to explain why you've said underrated or overrated, or you could just skip it as well. It's completely up to you. So the number one thing would be meme coin launchpads. Overrated or underrated?
Shall I kick it off?
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
I think underrated, especially for new ecosystems like ours, maybe seeing it from Say's perspective. You always want stuff to do on a chain that can't be done anywhere else. And a big chunk of that is tokens. And for the first time this cycle, we literally have a frictionless token generation platform. And that's a huge unlock, I think, for any ecosystem.
The second one would be points meta. Overrated or underrated? Vasco, go.
Is
Yeah,
it
these are
always
all
me?
questions for you. Yeah. I think that
These are for you. These are for you.
You're a special guest. So
We're-
yeah,
we're
all
getting-
attention is
Right,
yours
yeah.
today.
I'm gonna go for this too then. Yeah, points meta, I'd say overrated, just because we've seen a lot of saturation on that side of things, and it doesn't really have like the same level of traction and excitement that it used to have. I think a lot of projects in general, this is not only related to points, but probably don't need a token. So a lot of these sort of long farming campaigns are definitely overrated and overused and saturated.
Okay, the last one. Mind you, there is only one correct answer for this. deBridge, overrated or underrated?
Definitely underrated for a number of reasons, and I'm a champion of deBridge. I've always been, and I think again, I'd say our top priority is UX and speed, and this is something that we share with deBridge. So we really align with that vision. There's no way this could be overrated. It's definitely underrated.
We are
Awesome.
all on the
Thanks,
same
man.
page.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, and really appreciate you being our user as well. So yeah, you're part of deBridge fam, and now we kind of united our farms together through this integration, which is super exciting.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Yes, Johnny, let's
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vesco. Really appreciate you joining today. Big shout out to the Say fam as well, for anyone who's on the town hall today. Moving into our next segment, terminally online takes. So essentially, yeah, like we're all just going to share one of our little hot takes. So yeah, this is my take. I chose this meme because the last couple of months have been extremely volatile in terms of sentiments, right? Like, it's one of those. I mean, I don't know how long everyone in the audience has been around in crypto, but yeah, it seems like every year or 2 years there'll be one of these, like a period where uncertainty and fear is just off the charts, and I feel like this was one of those times again. However, my take is that actually, despite all of the kind of macro uncertainty and chaos and volatility, everything was really coming together on the DeFi sides in all kind of aspects, technological, regulatory, etc. Like hyperliquid starting to take over. I mean, that's massive, right, for on-chain adoption. RWAs growing, more regulatory clarity and stuff. So I think the hamster can kind of calm down a bit, because actually the future is bright from my side.
Yeah.
I'll go
Jerry.
next. So my take is that mindshare leaderboards are overrated. Only usage metrics matter. What I mean is that a lot of protocols recently have been incentivizing people to talk about them on CT. I don't think it adds any value. I feel like your users are your real BMF. Your users should be your moat. Like, you build for your users. Specifically at deBridge, we've never like paid anyone to speak about us. We've always built like a good product, and with the good product, people just speak about good product, and that creates like a marketing flywheel. And that's how protocols should approach marketing. Instead of incentivizing user to just speak constantly about the protocol, these users will never become like your power users of your protocol, the people who speak about you. So building a product for your users should be the ultimate, the most important thing, rather than incentivizing people to talk about you. That's my hot take.
It's a good one.
Exactly.
It's a good one, Sherry.
Very good one.
And
And that's exactly. Let's go to the next take as well, because that really resonates with the goal to not just match UX on the centralized exchanges, but actually to build it. Right? Centralized exchanges are doing a great job to onboard new people from Bapti because they provide like easy on-ramp rails. But at the same time, it's really exciting to see that like lots of users are moving from Saxes on-chain, right, and start interacting with DeFi directly. And we're doing a lot of work on this front, to facilitate that transition and to let users to trade anything with a really good experience. We briefly mentioned that in the next update of deBridge infrastructure and the extension that extension of deBridge liquidity network, users will be able to trade anything in a gas way, right? But also some interesting alpha that any trade that user will be placing will not occupy funds, right? So you can just like trade by signing the message, and funds will be staying on your wallet until the moment the trade is actually executed by the solver. And it's quite interesting because when funds are not occupied, users can use like the wallet's balance to create multiple trades, right? For example, you have like 500 USDC on the wallet, but at the same time, you can create like 5 limit orders, 500 USDC each. Just like the first one that becomes profitable is actually getting executed. And I think that creates like interesting mechanics in general, like and good trading experience when users can better manage their portfolios and better manage their risks. And yeah, I think we're not just like matching success. We are actually going to be them all together with all the builders who are shipping for DeFi ecosystem.
Gal,
Yes. Yeah, my
what's your
one
hot
is my take is that some trends in crypto are quite inevitable. Especially Alex hinted on this a bit, especially the ones that where of course, like many centralized venues, they have a place, especially in terms of onboarding users, and they've done an amazing job at that. But the trend is clear that many users are more comfortable and starting to see the value in trading on chain, and whether it's like on Solana through Jupiter or launch pads or Hyperliquid, whatever it is, the apps, the app layer on chain is strengthening, and clearly we're seeing that the trend is that that ratio between traders on decentralized venues and centralized venues is shifting, and the tides are shifting. So it's really good to see, and it's a clear sign that the industry is evolving, and the infrastructure is there, and things are getting ready for more mass adoption use cases, which has been like the overall vision. So yeah, it's really exciting times.
I think those are our takes for this town hall, but I think the next ones will be even spicier. So yeah, we're starting to, every town hall we like to just shout out a few kind of community members or partners, or people who are kind of showing appreciation and excitement for all of the stuff we're working on. So yeah, as we kind of talked about already, like the Say guys have been really a lot of people in the Say community have been really supportive and keen to try stuff out. So shout out here to Shandon from Say. Also Bullpen, who they integrated deBridge, I think around 6 months ago or something, maybe, Gal. I don't know.
Yeah, a few months ago. Yeah, big shout out to them. They're awesome, awesome products.
Yeah, great guys at Bullpen. So yeah, MB is one of the Hyperliquid guys who's constantly shilling deBridge for as a quick deposit method to Hyperliquid, and shout out to MB and also just everyone in the Hyperliquid community, like Hyperliquid Korea, Hyper Collective, etc. etc. Everyone is really awesome from the Hyperliquid community. So and I think we will just take a quick pause. So if anyone has any questions, please drop them into the chat. You should see a chat on X or Twitter, whatever you prefer to call it. We will, let's just kind of pause for a second to see if anyone has any questions. We've covered a lot of ground today. I think, Sherry, in terms of like the merch giveaway, do you want to stick to the same question or should we mix it up?
We should mix it up. Maybe we should ask people about the DAO earnings. And we leave the stage open for people to answer for the next 5 minutes. If they're smart enough, they'll guess it right. Let's see.
So
DAO earnings on what time frame?
Yeah.
All time. Yeah. So first person to drop. Well, let's see. I mean, maybe people, they haven't had their coffee yet. So first person to drop what the deBridge DAO earnings are into the first person to do that, to drop that into the chat. We're looking for a dollar number. We'll win one of these deBridge hoodies. You can also choose another color if you prefer, but
no, this is beautiful. This is a limited edition merch. Even I don't have this color. Johnny doesn't have this color. None of us have this color. Yes. This is very limited edition. We'll get the intern to ship you this right now, ASAP. You just have to get one simple answer right.
Otherwise, I will turn this number myself.
Yeah.
Merch is
so first person to drop that into the chat is going to win one of these hoodies, and we'll arrange it on X. I know that Johnny is my goat. That's funny. Okay. First person to drop that is going to win a hoodie. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to give away 2 hoodies next town hall. I'm not sure.
We'll send another one to Wonder or guessing Tron.
Yeah, Tron was sorry. Okay, 2 millets, 18.1 million. Actually, that's can we get one more guess, because okay, a deal. Okay, 2 millet was closer at 18.1 million. But
quick hint, you can actually find it on deBridge Explorer.
Yeah, not analytics, but the Explorer. And so, Alex, maybe do you want to explain why the Explorer metrics are slightly different?
Yeah, like in Explorer, you have like 24 hours and total tap. And deBridge DAO earnings are consisting of 3 main sources, right? One is the trading fees, what deBridge treasury captures from the trades that are settled. The second source of earnings is messaging fees that are captured. That's a flat fee that smart contracts are paying for sending authenticated message between chains. And the third one is EOS. EOS is the interoperability as a service. That's the subscription-based model that ecosystems use in order to get connected to deBridge infrastructure. And that's, for example, how Say got integrated. So Pride, I think you were the...
So we either have Pride or 2 minutes. Mukhtar is perfect, but he already has a deBridge hoodie, so oh, he's got a T-shirt actually. So I think we kind of have to give it to Pride. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he
I think
answered
you're
the question
the closest.
before everyone else.
All right, so we'll get. I'll just take a screenshot.
Yeah, reach out. How should Pride reach out to us? I guess on X.
Yes, we will send a DM. Let me just. Yeah, we'll send a DM to you, Pride, to arrange the hoodie. But yeah, so for anyone who didn't get that, you can visit explorer.debridge.finance, and if you hit total on the right, you will see all of the volume, DAO earnings, transactions, unique users since the launch of deBridge mainnet in 2022. So great job, Pride. Shout out to you, buddy.
We need to get some, for the next call, we need to get some sound effects. Like,
yeah,
like drops.
Yeah,
We'll
for
love
sure.
it.
Fireworks exploding and so forth.
Yeah, Cash is doing amazing job on this. He got like
Yeah.
all this toolkit handy. Maybe even real drums next to his.
Yeah, music as well. And so yeah, that concludes our everything for the lineup. I think by the next town hall, a ton of stuff will have happened. So we're going to have plenty to talk about in the next town hall. So I'm already pumped for that. Yeah, any last words, guys?
LFG.
LFG.
Yeah, let's go. And thanks everyone for joining us this Wednesday. You know, it's summertime, everything's slow, people are on vacation, and yeah, we got how many views we got? I saw like
around 750. Yeah, awesome.
Really appreciate your time, guys, and yeah, thanks for following our journey. It's great to be part of deBridge fam and ship together with you all. Let's go.
100%. Thanks everyone for joining, and yeah, see you on the next town hall.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you.
Cheers.